All right, welcome. Today, we're diving into the single most important concept in trading. Seriously, this is what separates the people who make it from the 90% who don't. We're going to replace all that retail guesswork that's probably cluttering up your mind with the clean, powerful logic of institutional trading. And it all starts with understanding the market's hidden language, its structure. If you get this right, I promise, you will never ever look at a chart the same way again. Okay, let's get into it. So just look at these two philosophies. On the left, you've got this world of retail chaos, right? Charts just buried under a dozen lagging indicators, decisions driven by fear and greed, and this constant, desperate attempt to predict what's going to happen next. And on the right, you have institutional simplicity, a clean chart and a framework built on reading what is actually happening. You see, while most traders are looking for some magic signal, the institutions, they aren't looking for signals at all. They're the ones creating the very price action that the signals are trying to follow. And this leads us to the multi-million-dollar question, doesn't it? Why does the institutional side have such a massive, undeniable edge? Well, it's not because they have some secret indicator we don't know about. It's because they've completely abandoned the game of prediction. They just focus on reading the story the market is telling them, candle by candle. They understand the plot, while pretty much everyone else is just trying to guess the ending. So many traders fall into what I call the indicator trap. They think that more tools, RSI, MACD, Bollinger Bands, you name it, will somehow lead to more certainty. But honestly, it's an illusion. All those tools are just echoes of what has already happened. And without a solid grasp of the underlying market structure, all those indicators are going to do is give you a bunch of conflicting signals, pulling you into trades that go directly against the market's real flow. And this misunderstanding, it has a real painful cost. Let me ask you, does any of this sound familiar? You finally get the courage to buy, only to find out you just bought the exact top of the move before it tanks. Or you panic and get scared out of a perfectly good trade on a little pullback, only to watch it launch into orbit without you. These aren't just random bits of bad luck. They are the predictable, painful symptoms of reading the market's language all wrong. So it is time to learn the language. Let's finally decode what the market is actually trying to tell us through its structure. This is the bedrock, the one framework that governs every single institutional decision. Market structure, at its heart, is actually beautifully simple. It's just the sequence of peaks and valleys, the swing highs and swing lows on your chart. That's it. This sequence is everything. It cuts through all the noise and tells you, with zero ambiguity, who is in control. Is it the buyers pushing price up or the sellers pushing it down? And its simplicity, that's its greatest strength. The easiest way to visualize all of this is to think of price action as a staircase being built in real time. Is the market building a staircase up? Is it building a staircase down? Or is it just moving sideways? That is the only question you really need to answer, and the market structure gives you the blueprint. Okay, so in a healthy uptrend, we see a bullish staircase. Price makes a push-up, and that creates a swing high. Then it pulls back. Now, this pullback is absolutely crucial. It forms a higher low, which tells us that buyers were eager to step in at a better price, defending the trend. From there, they overwhelm the sellers and break the previous swing high to form a new higher high. This repeating pattern, higher highs and higher lows, is basically the market screaming at you, buyers are in full control here. And of course, a downtrend is simply the mirror image, a bearish staircase heading straight down. Price falls, creating a swing low. It then rallies up, but it fails to break the previous high, creating a lower high instead. This shows that the sellers are still in control. They're defending their territory. Then the selling pressure kicks back in, breaking the prior low to create a new lower low. This sequence of lower lows and lower highs is the undeniable proof that sellers are dominating. Now, here's what's so interesting about this. This structure isn't random at all. Because institutions are moving billions of dollars, they simply cannot hide what they're doing. They're just too big. So these staircases, they are the unavoidable footprints they leave behind in the market. Every single higher low or lower high is a deliberate, visible part of their massive campaign to either buy or sell an asset. Okay, let's jump over to a real chart and see this dynamic play out. We can see price makes a clear low, and then it's followed by a really strong push-up to a new high. Now, I want you to watch this next part very, very closely, the pullback. This moment right here is where the path of the retail trader and the path of the institutional player completely diverge. The average retail trader sees this pullback, and their emotions just take over. Fear tells them, oh no, the trend is reversing. Greed tells them, hey, maybe I can catch the absolute top. So what do? They hit the sell button, and they place their stop loss just above that recent swing high for protection. They are now betting against the established bullish structure. But here's the thing. The structure was always bullish. That pullback was just the market taking a breather. And when price inevitably turns and breaks that previous high, bam! All of those retail stop losses, which are just buy orders, get triggered. This is a brilliant illustration of a key concept. Those stops literally become the fuel. They provide the liquidity, that's just a big pool of orders sitting at a price, that institutions need to fill their huge positions and push the price even higher. So let's really crystallize this difference, because this is everything. It all comes down to how you look at a simple pullback. Is it a reason to panic, or is it an opportunity to join the trend? This is the core of the retail trap versus professional patience. The retail trader falls into a trap of their own emotional making. They act impulsively, they bet against a confirmed trend without a single shred of proof that the structure has even broken. They let fear run the show, and in doing so, they literally become the fuel for the very move they were betting against. Now, smart money does the exact opposite. They welcome a pullback. For them, it's an opportunity. Because their orders are so huge, they actually need price to pull back so they can buy without driving the price up on themselves. They don't chase the market. They patiently wait for price to come to them in a discount area, and they only act when the structure confirms their plan. Their patience isn't some virtue, it's a strategic necessity. So let's just pause and look at this comparison, because this is the entire game in a nutshell. The retail trader acts on emotion and prediction. The institutional player acts on structure and confirmation. During a pullback, one panics, the other waits for a discount. And this leads to their ultimate role in the market. The retail trader becomes liquidity, while the institutional player absorbs that liquidity. So, after all this, what are the crucial takeaways? I mean, how do you immediately start applying this to your own charts and begin reading these institutional footprints instead of, well, creating them for others? Here are the core truths. First, structure is just the pattern of highs and lows, so turn off all those indicators. Higher highs and higher lows means the bulls are in charge. Lower highs and lower lows means the dares are. And most importantly, understanding this overall context is infinitely more valuable than finding a perfect entry. If this foundation is starting to click for you, make sure you subscribe because we build on these concepts in every single explainer. And never, ever forget this core idea. The chart is not a random series of wiggles. It is a map. It is a deliberate trail left by the market's biggest players. Your job isn't to guess their next step. Your job is to learn how to identify the path they are already paving and simply walk along it with them. And that leaves us with one final, and I think provocative question. You now understand the language of the market. You can see the footprints. So the choice is now yours. Will you learn to follow them, trading with patience and logic? Or will you continue to trade on emotion, serving as the liquidity that smart money needs to make their next move? The answer to that question is going to define your entire trading career.